Well, no. Should I say it? Should I not? That might be embarrassing. Screw it. Welcome back, Battery Pack. Triple AA battery here. And what I'm gonna do today that I meant to get done yesterday, but had some amazing internet issues, is to go over all the teams that are playing for Season 9 of the Ninamori Nation Draft League. I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time, but I either never had an opportunity to, or something always came up, or I didn't have a computer at the time. So I figure now's as good a time as any to do it. So, Season 9 for Ninamori Nation Draft League, or NNDL, has gone underway, and people have already played a couple games out, despite it having only officially started for a day, which is crazy. Everyone's really excited and diligent to get their games done, so I'm hoping to get this as quickly as possible. So without further ado, I'll go through the coaches one by one, and just give a little description on what their team is, and just a brief overview of what I think of it. It's not going to be so much a PR, just my thoughts on the team, in my a clearly expert opinion here. So, with that being said, first up here we have the E-Town Escavaliers, led by Ginger. Ginger has not played in a season or two, so it's nice to see him back. And I guess that says YouTube right there. Go check him out, but I don't know if he still does stuff, but regardless, it's there. And so what we have on his team is Mega Dancy, Rillaboom, Victini, Milotic, Dragalge, Fortress, Pangoro, Jolteon, and Marowak. So, what I can see here, if I had to give my initial thoughts on this team, it's alright. Victini's very much a Ginger kind of mon. I feel like most people have a signature mon that they tend to draft very often, or every single time they draft, in the case of a couple people I know. Victini is definitely one of those mons. It's his whole reliable. Around it, his team, it's not bad. Like, the only major problem I really see with a team like this is, see, I'm a big stickler on hazards, but he has Rapid Spin Fortress and Magic Bounce, and that's it. So, the way his team's structured, though, I think what he plans to do with this is just try to keep up offensive momentum on his team to not allow hazards to get up on his field, which is nice in theory, but when Fortress is your one way of actually removing the hazards that are up afterwards, Fortress being able to be taken advantage of pretty easily by a lot of mons, I'd say. It's kind of rough. So, it's still like I said, it's still a good team. Like Mega Dancy, amazing Mega. It's a top 5, top 6 Mega in my opinion. And he has a lot of pivoting to go around. He has Rillaboom U-turn, Victini U-turn, Dragalge flip turn, Volt Switch Fortress, Parting Shot Pangoro, Volt Switch Jolteon. Yeah, most of his team is capable of pivoting around and keeping up pressure, which is honestly a very him kind of team. So I want to see how this ends up here. It's not bad. I don't think any of these teams that I've looked at have been like outright terrible or bad. But again, that's probably just because I'm just I have wacky teams, so who knows. So, then we have good old Albany Altaria, as coached by Kay Kirby. I think there was only a season or two that he wasn't a part of NNDL, and that's because we kicked him because for some reason. It's still so silly to think of now at this point. We thought he influenced everything too much. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, so here we have a K Kirby team. Out of all of his teams, this is definitely one of them. He has Corviknight, which he has been loving the crap out of. I think he's gotten it in just about every draft that he's been in, at least in NNDL since Gen 8 started, actually. And then we have Melmetal, another mon who he usually got a lot and was a big fan of, and somehow convinced us to allow, and we just kept allowing it, and now it's at a point where it's okay. Then we have Gliscor, also another mon he loves. And then, of course, he has Ambipom. He loves his Ambipom. And can't forget about the Weather Core, Ninetales and Shiftry. Then we have Mega Altaria, Infernape, and Audino. Honestly, this is a very him team. I don't know what else to say about it. He just he has admitted that he does draft weather because he's not he says he's not very good at like keeping good speed tiers, so he likes to supplement it with weather. And we did reduce points in this season, so he, instead of going Pelipper Kingdra like he was planning, he decided to go with a much more budget-friendly option of Ninetales Shiftry, which is very respectable. Cosmo-M is a very interesting pick, though, because basically the one thing you're gonna do with this thing, and this is the only reason it has, like, any niche use situation whatsoever, and that is because it has Teleport, and Teleport is an amazing move. And Cosmo-M has some very, very bulky stats, 43, 131, 131, and this is supplemented by EVO Light. So, if he's trying to have to pivot around like a Mega Metachamp or Mega Gallade or something like that, very good choice to do. Well, I guess Gallade can knock off, but it's probably not killing. And Cosmo-M does have Sturdy, so it can live a hit regardless and potentially get a pivot out either way. Which is very useful when you have a good break, when you have a pretty good all-around attacker like Infernape, or you're trying to go out to your Shiftry safely, or trying to bring in, I think this is the biggest use case, bring in Melmetal to just do banded double Iron Bash, you know, stuff like that. So, this is a very interesting team, even though I know this isn't as good as his normal teams, but that's just because of the circumstances, and he made the most out of it, I'd say. Pretty good. Alright, then up next here we have good old RB Leipzig Zagoons, coached by Ryan. Now, he's only been in the league since Season 8, which was last season, but I've known him for a very long time. We used to play in a couple other leagues, including PBF. He frequented that, and he's really good. He can really good at clutching things out. So I look forward to seeing how he does here, especially since he made it to finals last season. So very good contender for champion here. say. Anyways, so he has Tornadus Therian, Heatran, Reuniclus, Nihilego, Crocodile, Arctozolt, Feraligatr, Mega Abomasnow, Morgrem, oh my god, Frillish, fucking Hitmonchan, and Meowth, which we are allowing Gigantamax for the shits and giggles. Alright, so I just want to preface this first that, you know, this is definitely, you know, not pointing, like, you know, any fingers on any single mon that he picked or, you know, anything along those lines, but this is by far the worst draft team here. I mean, if you look at his team, though, you can see why. We have, because, you know, Tornadus Therian, he never hits his hurricanes because he needs glasses. Unless you're QQ, then you're just perfect. You're perfect, I guess. We have Heatran, who everyone runs 300 ground moves just to handle this. We have Reuniclus. Yeah, I mean, you know, pretty good, I guess. Nihilego, also another reason to run 300 ground moves. Also another reason to run 300 ground moves. Also another No. Just... Man, come on, Ryan. Why'd you have to draft freaking Hitmonchan? Okay, so anyone who doesn't know, we had this little joke where... we put Hitmonchan in Season 7 at one point, and we said because, you know, we basically trashed on Hitmonchan. If no one picked him, even when he was at one point, we would unban him for the next season. And no one drafted him. It was just too good to be true. So we went ahead and we just banned him for Season 8, but we decided, you know, I'll give him another chance, put him back at one point for Season 9. And Ryan took him. You're trying to make him a real mon. Don't like it, Ryan. Can't believe you. No, but his team's fine. It is I think, other than, like, Torn Heatran, and I guess Crook and Reuniclus is a personal favorite of mine, it definitely doesn't seem that good. But he also did get a 12-mon draft when there's a limit of 110 points, so he did kind of load up these last 3 spots with 1-point mons, which is fair enough. So, yeah, no, I mean, otherwise, I can't wait to... There's another weather combo here. We got a Mega Abomasnow and Arctozolt. Definitely not a weather combo you would ever think would exist, but... Well, at least that you would never really think of in draft until you see it and like, oh, yeah, I have to account for that now. Because Bolt Beak from Arctozolt is still going to hurt a lot, because it'll be faster than everything and gets the double boost, just like how Vicious Wren does. And I think this is good. Again, I think this is going to be an interesting team. Got to see how Ryan stacks up here with the rest. He can definitely take this. Just got to see what he'll do. Next, we have the Wisbeck Town Weezings, led by Curtis. This man is the GOAT, basically. He has been in the league since the beginning. He was there when it was made, just like how I was, and it's... if you don't know Curtis, he's a cool guy. He mods... He's one of the mods that helps me out, and he's been a very big help. I appreciate it. Curtis, if you listen to this, shout-outs to you for helping with everything. Anyways, back to his team. We have Dragapult, we have Mega Scizor, Urshifu Rapid Strike, which we did go ahead and unban this season, because it's not that big a deal at this point, though. It's still a good mon. We have Nidoking, Sylveon, good old Snorlax. Man, Curtis and Snorlax. Manectric, Meganium, Macargo, Vespiquen, and Prinplup. This is, I gotta say, even with 110 points and still picking Snorlax round 1 like he always does, this is a pretty powerful team, I think. I think this is among the top 5, in my opinion. Again, this isn't like some kind of definite PRs or anything. I think this is a really good team. Dragapult, first off, he's got a really good pivoting core here in just Dragapult, Scizor, Urshifu. And Sylveon, it can dry pass in this league, so his pivoting is really good here. Not to mention that all these Mons offensively super, they are very, very dangerous. Dragapult, you cannot skimp out on prep. Mega Scizor, you can't skip out on prep. Urshifu, you can't skip out on prep. Nidoking, a lot harder to deal with than a lot of people realize. Sylveon, very bulky, quite strong. Snorlax is, of course, the GOAT. And then, we have Macargo, of course. It's just kind of funny. His lower tier picks are interesting. Prinplup, it is some defog that he does kind of lack. He doesn't have very much hazard removal, so Prinplup's, if he had to pick a low tier option for hazard removal, it's probably the best one. Otherwise, he has Mega Scizor, which probably don't want to relegate all your defogging to on a team, because Mega Scizor's just that good. I guess Vespiquen can too. Can Vespiquen even learn defog? Hazard removal. Yes, it can. Interesting. Alright. And then, yeah, we have Sylveon who can Wish Pass to, Urshifu and Dragapult, which would be really, really good. Honestly, his team is... it's really good. He doesn't have Spikes as an option, but it's okay. He has... Well, I mean... I didn't even know... Oh, my God. This is how little I use Vespiquen. I didn't know it got Toxic Spikes. I didn't know it got Aromatherapy. Oh, Jesus. He's got a lot. He has a lot of everything, I'm gonna be honest. I think he's got one of the better teams here. I can't wait to see how he does. The only real nitpick that I have here with this, and it could just be that, is just the fact that Macargo is his... I don't consider Manectric a real flying resist. Macargo's his only real flying resist. If he gets sets upon by a Tornadus, he might be in trouble. He might be in trouble. That's all I'm saying. But otherwise, though, this is a very good lineup. Props to you, Curtis, for making a team like this with these restrictions. Next, we have the Wellington Porygons, led by Tezzy. Part of the last draft as well, and he has made some pretty interesting choices, I'd say. He has Ashgra Ninja, Necrozma. This is actually partner Pikachu. We allowed the partner Eevee and partner Pikachu from the Let's Go games, because they have very different stats from this. This Pikachu has base 120 speed and 80 attack and 80 special attack, something like that. It's very good. It still works with Light Ball, so it's pretty good. We have Blissey, we have Heracross, Mega Heracross at that, actually. We have Registeel, Gramble, the GOAT, Colossal, Ariados, and Quilladin. Alright. Not sure how I feel about Colossal being literally your only way of getting rid of hazards, first off. I know heavy-duty boots exist, and they think that because they have heavy-duty boots, they'll be fine against against rocks. I'm just not a fan of that. I think you still need to account for them. It could work out. It could. But he also has a couple Pokemon that can't really... like, of course, Mega Heracross can't... I guess that's the only Mon he really has that can't bring heavy-duty boots. But it's not likely he'll put heavy-duty boots on his Blissey unless he's planning for it to be a teleport bot, which it's very good for, by the way. That's what I used Chansey for one season. Super good. Yeah, he's not gonna, obviously he's not gonna put boots on Registeel. Like, why would he not have leftovers on this, or some kind of berry? He could have boots on Colossal, and that's, the one thing that he could do, but Colossal, I feel like, just takes advantage of too much to be reliable hazard removal. But that doesn't mean, his team's bad still, because he still has Blissey as, I think Blissey's, a cornerstone of this team, if you ask me. This Mon can get a free teleport into Heracross or to Greninja so that it might be able to transform, or Necrozma to set up a nasty Swords Dance win, or maybe even say to one of the walls that, one of the things that maybe Blissey can't handle on its own, or even Pikachu, because again Pikachu with the Light Ball in this case, having 80 attack and special attack, is really strong and has a really stupid move that basically is a special attacking return, but is an electric move. That's really good. And then it also has Surf, but also Parachance, which is really stupid, and I'm sure will definitely make people upset. These Let's Go Mons, they're so fun. I don't know if that's the right word, but Zovier, who's also another coach here, thinks they're fun. So, anyways, yeah, I could see how this could turn out. We'll just have to wait and see. Moving on here, we have the Minnesota Walrein. No S. Coached by Axelraid, who actually last season was the champion of the NNDL Minors League. Not only was he champion, he won pretty much every single... He was a replacement coach, and he won pretty much every single game that he took part of as a replacement. So it's not hard to see how he got here, and especially I like his team a lot. Let's go over the team. We have Mega Gallade, one of the best megas again. Tapu Koko. We have regular Scizor, still really good. We have Swampert. We have Tangrowth. We have Umbreon. Base Charizard, which I think is pretty good and a little underrated. We have Glalie, we have Unfezant, and Coughing. An interesting low-tier choice as well. What can I say about this? This is he can, with mons like Mega Gallade, Tapu Koko, Scizor, even they can really keep up pressure, but so can Charizard, so can Unfezant. It's not a bad mon, especially since it got Brave Bird. I'm pretty sure it got Brave Bird. Please tell me it got Brave Bird. I think I have to look this up real quick here. I'm pretty sure it got Brave Bird. Hold on. Before I make a fool of myself, it definitely got Brave Bird, right? Right? It got Brave Bird. Oh, thank God I got Brave Bird. Okay, so yeah, it can still Brave Bird. It has a crit set it can run here because it has Super Luck by default. And then I think it does get focus energy, so like that is something it can run. But yeah, you can. He kind of almost has like a flying spam kind of team, except like not really. Like Charizard and Unfezant's like its own little mini flying spam core. But also we have some hella good bulky mons. We in Swampert, Tang, Umbreon. Tapu Koko is a really good is a good pivot to go into. Coughing, I'm sure is gonna make a couple plays here. It's a good team. I don't know him very well, but props to him on this. I like it. I mean, he has all kinds of defog on his team, I guess, which isn't bad. It's just a shame that most of them are like. Like Unfezant, you could probably get away with like defog. It gets Wish. We're learning live here, guys. Unfezant gets Wish. Oh man, that's so funny. It's a good team. I look forward to seeing what Axel can do here. Alright, next we have the Slurpy Sluggers, led by Jam. Jam has also been part of the draft league for a very long time. He is currently the minors coach. Well, not minors coach. Minors. He's a manager for the minors, helping out Andrew. And he. I have not, and like a couple of these teams I had seen already. I will say, great thing to lead into halfway into the video. I know, but this also looks to be quite good here. We have Urshifu Single Strike. Little controversial, I think, was the unban, but can't deny it's incredibly powerful. Has really strong dark and fighting stabs and quite fast. We have and then we have Kyurem, also really good. Is it speed? Oh, I thought Urshifu was at like base 100 speed. Interesting. Kyurem, who also is really good. It has, considering it can Dragon Dance, it has Scale Shot, can run physical, special, or mixed sets. It's really versatile. Galar Slow King, which is also quite versatile. The only thing I think it can't do is teleport. Like, I'm pretty sure that is literally the only thing it... Yeah, that's the one downside to this Mon when you compare it to, like, Slowbro or Slow King or... Yeah, he just... Like, unlike those two, he cannot teleport. Which is a shame, but, you know, he's already got some pretty damn good stats anyways. We have Cinderace, who specifically does not have Libero. We are not allowing that on this league. It's just too much of a hassle to just consistently deal with. We have Size. I don't even like, personally, I'm not a fan of, like, these ones where it's just so easy to, like, give them moves that change their typing to stuff that just wins, I guess. That just handles the opposing... I just don't like this ability in particular. Anyways, we got Seismitoad, we have Silvally, we have Vikavolt. Silvally in particular is able to have all its forms, which is why it's priced so high at 12. We have Vikavolt, which I'm telling you, best Cresselia counter in the game. Wigglytuff, Wartortle, and Yamask. Now, interesting team. Love Vikavolt. And kind of interesting how he kind of has... What? Wigglytuff as a hazard setter, like, oh right, Seismitoad. Um, and then Vikavolt can use webs, which actually for this team in particular is really good. He can. I actually used it last time with Cinderace, also still without Libero. Um, and that was. It's good. It's really good, and especially with when you have such a strong mon like Urshifu, so versatile like Kyurem, also versatile like Seismitoad and Silvally. It's chef's kiss. Though this does look to kind of be more of a balanced sort of team than anything. Well, bulky offense. We'll call it that. I think the biggest thing here is that he's gonna really have to like run heavy duty boots, or like I guess court change. Even then, it's still he doesn't have the best He doesn't have that reliable of hazard removal when he's running multiple mons that will take a lot of chip from hazards. And I'm a big stickler for that. I keep saying this, but I just can't. Still, it's a good team. Gonna have to see how well Urshifu does this season, and if GM can use it to its fullest extent here. Then we have the Farloom Pheromosas, led by CT Ortiz. He used to be part of minors, left for a little while, and now he's back as a majors coach because he has, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, he has gotten pretty good. So of course, we'll be the judge of that here. However, I do kind of like his team though. So we have, other than Clefable. Hate Clefable. So we have Clefable, we have Garchomp, we have Thundurus Incarnate, we have Mega Aggron, we have Starmie, Decidueye, Drapion, Arctovish, and Audino. So, what do I like about this team? It has a lot of reliable ways of keeping everyone healthy. You have both Audino and Clefable as options to wish past to mons like Garchomp, who are going to be one of his heavier hitters, to Mega Aggron, who's probably going to be one of the premier walls on this team, other than Clefable, of course. To Drapion, who again has no reliable recovery. It's good. It'll be good for those, and then I personally like Decidueye, but regardless here, it's got his Dragon Fairy Steel. This is a pretty good core. I've never been one to think that. I gotta wonder though what Arctovish does. Yeah, I'm not really sure what does Arctovish get anything interesting? I mean, I guess Aurora Veil, but you don't have any weather setter, so you have to like manually set that weather up and then Aurora Veil. I guess that's not as big a deal when you consider usually you're trying to get both screens anyways, and it takes 2 turns. So like, whatever, I guess. But I just don't understand the Arctovish myself, I guess. Because I like Starmie Decidueye. That's interesting. Just kind of weak to Dark and Ghost here. Drapion helps with that. Clefable helps with that. Audino helps with that. Like that's that's all pretty good. I don't know. I like everything else on this team except that. I think he could change that out. But otherwise, it's a good team. Look forward to seeing how it does. We have the Chattanooga Mach Punches. Still a team name that's hilarious to me, especially considering the last couple of seasons, including this one, as you'll see. He still doesn't get any Mach Punch users. Though, it's still a pretty neat logo, I will say. It says Kasim, but it's Ivy. We've called him Ivy for a long time. His team consists of Mega Lopunny, top 3, 2, maybe even top 1 Megas, depending on the league. Tapu Fini, Cresselia, Incineroar, Skarmory, Rotom-Mow, Noivern, Runerigus, and Eiscue. Now he did make this. Change immediately. I forget what it was exactly. He had. Last 2 mons Eiscue. That doesn't help, unfortunately. But regardless, it's interesting. So, Lopunny, obviously super good. Oh, and by the way, Cresselia, it's this guy's mon. I don't know how to put it here. Cresselia he drafts this guy, girl, I guess, every single draft that I've seen him in. He has drafted Cresselia. It's just his mon. And he drafted it round 1, which I can respect, because that's what Curtis did, and at least he embraced it, so props to him for that. But otherwise, he's got a pretty bulky core going on here with the Tapu Fini, with Cresselia, Incineroar with that Intimidate, Skarmory, who's just, always been there, Runerigus, Rotom-Mow. It's a pretty good defensive core, I'd say. I don't think he's not running Stall. It's more like he's kind of running Balance. Maybe, yeah, probably Balance, something like that. And it's pretty, but it's good. It's good. The only thing, I keep saying the only thing. I need to stop that. He's got some good hazard. He's got some good removal. The only the biggest problem I see here is a lack of setting. Weirdly enough, so. And also, oh man, oh jeez, oh god, the flying spam, oh god, oh no. Man, flying spam is just so. Okay, off topic. Flying spam is so good in draft. I think it should be run. I think people should run it more often, as not many people have more than 1 or 2 answers to flying spam in their entire team. I have to try that one season. Okay, let me not get sidetracked here. So, yeah, he has a bit of a flying spam weakness, but otherwise, he also, the only 2 mons that can set hazards on his team are pretty passive. He has Runerigus and Skarmory. If they can't set their crap up, he doesn't have anything to show for it. If he doesn't set his hazard, if he gets taunted or something, it's very hard for Skarmory, or I guess Runerigus is a little strong, but not super duper powerful. If either of them get taunted, it's hard for them to get anything going, and with those 2 being hazards, I think he could be pressured. It's just Mega Lopunny is just such a good mon, and it is decently paired here. Just Oh man, he also the other thing I don't like here is just his. There's such a huge disparity in speed here. Like he's got Mega Lopunny 135, great. Noivern 123, great. Then his next fastest is like base 85, like Cresselia and Tapu Fini, which he's probably not gonna run speed for. Maybe Rotom-Mow. Maybe he would with Rotom-Mow, but there's such a huge gap in there where it's just like Mega Gallade is just gonna run adamant on you. Like Mega There's so many strong there's so many good 110 speed mons that that won't even have to run like Jolly or Timid. So they're gonna hit this team hard, especially Tornadus. Tornadus, I think, is going to be a huge problem for him to deal with. I just have to see I'll just have to see what he does about that with this team. But regardless, like I'll not so enthusiastic about this one personally. We'll just have to see. So, anyways, next up here we have the Newcastle Murkrows here, led by Zoviair. Zovi actually helped a lot with the retiering this season. Including the partner Mons, which you're gonna see one on this team, spoiler alert. And he also has a pretty strong core, I'd say. It's a pretty strong offensive core. We have Deoxys Speed, no Psycho Boost allowed. We have Excadrill, Tyranitar, Mega Charizard, Y specifically, because, you know, goes well with these two traditionally. We have Galarian Weezing, we have Wobbuffet, which is a Zovier mon. It's like Ivy's Cresselia, my Ditto, Curtis' Snorlax, etc., etc. You get it. We have Eldegoss, Mr. Rhyme, Partner Eevee, and Cutiefly. So, again, I think he's got a really good offensive core here. And the Excadrill, the T-Tar, Charizard Y, Deoxys Speed goes pretty well with them here. And then he also has... Oh, man. What have we got here? So... The only main problem that I have with this team is that he doesn't really have a good way of getting to these mons easily, I should say. He doesn't have a way of easily getting to them. His pivoting is limited to Mr. Rhyme Baton Pass, which is allowed. Not Gigantamax, Partner Eevee, which I don't think Partner Eevee even gets Baton Pass, so I'm not even going to count that. And then Cutiefly, who has U-Turn, but Cutiefly is also Cutiefly, so probably not that great a choice most of the time. Probably not going to be used much. Yeah, I like the team. Like his team is scary. I just think he's going to have a hard time getting everything when the going gets tough, is what I'm trying to say. But we'll see. He's been part of the league for quite a while, and he did make playoffs last season. Like you can even see right here. Man, I really should highlight these parts. He made it to playoffs last season, so we'll just see. And then next up here, we have the Cairo Coughs, led by QQ. He took a break from last season here because, well, he had some shit going on for school, and at least I'm pretty sure that's what he said. I'm not sure. Regardless, you can take breaks whenever you want to from leagues. I'm not gonna chastise you for it or anything. But for here, we have Landorus Therian, Mega Mawile, Hydreigon, Rotom Heat, Tentacruel, Miltank, Virizion, Probopass, Ninjask, and Duskull. Interesting team, I'll say. He couldn't now to QQ, his team, he likes Tornadus Therian. I'm just gonna say that, but he got that taken from him, his precious baby. So he was not able to use it. So he decided to go with the coat pick of Landorus Therian. He had to get another genie with U-turn, basically. And then, like, Mega Mawile Hydreigon, that's a really strong offense. This is a pretty strong offensive team here. And then, you know, you have your pivots and Rotom Heat, which that's pretty good. We have Tentacruel, we have Miltank, Virizion, Probopass, Ninjask. Virizion, underrated in my opinion. It's got respectable speed, no hidden power allowed, so you can't just tech on hidden power flying for it at every opportunity. And otherwise, it's like you can run multiple sets with it. It's very bulky. It's can hit hard when it needs to. We have then Miltank is just it's a legend among this community. I don't know why. It's not for the reason you'd think. It's not because of any one particular NPC or gym leader. It's because... Why am I even going on this tangent? Miltank has always been getting drafted like every single season, regardless of where we put her. So it's probably going to continue to be like that for a while. It's because it's got hazards, it's bulky, it's got a good move pool being a normal type. Like, it's a good all-around mon. I think it fits on a lot of teams, but might just be me. But yeah, this is a pretty good team. It would be a shame if he just drafted away half of his team for no reason because of like one mon that destroys him. But I don't know. I don't think he'd do that. I have faith in QQ that he wouldn't pull a move like that. Good team. So, moving on then, we have the Arson Ambipoms. I forgot about that logo. I haven't seen him draft in a while. So we have Zygarde, we have Gothitelle, already being that guy. We have Primarina, Cobalion, Crobat, Mega Absol, who I don't think I've ever seen get drafted in this league before. Serena, Pyroar, Emolga, Hatchram, and Trapinch. Really? You're going with double trapping mons? Come on, man. Why would you? To be fair, I think he just likes Trapinch, and he has used him before, so I can't give him that much flack. But still, this is an interesting team. I do want to see what Mega Absol ends up doing. If it like is warranted being as low as it is, or maybe if it can pull off a reason for existing. But otherwise, like, his team, like, he's got a pretty fast team, I'd say. Obviously, Trapinch being the complete antithesis of fast, but like, we have Crobat, we've got Absol, we got Cobalion, we have Pyroar, and Emolga, which is alright in speed. Zygarde, very fat and still surprisingly quite fast. Yeah, I'm just checking. Man, once again, this just goes back to what I'm saying, though. He has like a Molga. Nice resistance there. Man, goes back to what I'm saying, though. Bird spam would be so good against so many of these teams. I want to see if any of the other teams coming up here have something like this, because if they do, I think that they'll have a pretty good shot in this league. But yeah, he has but I mean, like, a lot of these mons have, like, multiple ways of using that. Like, I mean, I guess Hatchrim, like, Magic Bounce. Where am I going with this? Basically, I'm sure if he can take advantage of Zygarde and then his trapping abilities in Trapinch and Gothitelle, I think he'd have a very good shot. It's just a shame because for one reason or another, he just he's not able to finish out the league. I know that sometimes he has life that comes up, so I really hope he plays it out this season. It'd be good to see him in playoffs for once, because I think he can do it. Regardless, we have next, the second to last coach here, actually, the Gibby Gibbles. It's such a good logo. I love it. He has Mega Alakazam, he has Aegislash, Rotom Wash, Zarude, Mienshao, Donphan, Chinchino, Comfey, and Charjabug. His team, like, I said the last team was pretty fast, but man, his team takes that concept and puts it in the extreme. He has, like, Mega Alakazam, one of the fastest mons you can draft, and can very easily abuse the fact of being able to run Modest or a lot of bulk on it to give it a lot more survivability. Which is good, because Mega Alakazam's not traditionally very bulky. We have Zarude, who is all around a really good mon, I'd say. Mienshao, it's known for scarfing a lot. Although I don't know how much you need scarf on a team like this, but you still have, like, Reckless to go off of here, which is also very strong. Reckless high jump kick should not be underestimated. We have Chinchino, good old skilling shenanigans. Comfey, man, someone else uses it in minors a lot. I didn't think Wolex would draft Comfey. That's an interesting pick. But it has priority with triage, so that'll be, gotta see how that works out. I am just noticing, though, he's going to have to figure out, if a team techs in Trick Room to deal with his team, though, I feel like that's what's going to happen. Any team that can tech in Trick Room will probably try to take advantage of this team. If he has ways that he can either reverse that or take advantage of it, then I think he should definitely give it a try, but it's going to be hard. I feel like if someone has, like, a Alolan Marowak and they... Actually, I don't think anyone got Alolan Marowak. I don't know what... If someone has, like, a good mon to take advantage of the Trick Room, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to play around that and plan around it, too. But, like, it's still good otherwise. It's still a pretty decent offensive team. This has been the entire video, just me saying, oh yeah, this is pretty good, just, you know, gotta do that. But, I mean, like I said, I don't think there's any one team that's, like, outright bad here, so. Lastly, we have the Wings of Freedom, led by, he's called, he's Brinstar, like, that's his Discord tag, but officially, he's called Flying Dunsparce, or Duns, as most people call him. Duns, not Duns. He's not a dunce. Sorry. Don't take it the wrong way, please. He has Kyurem Black, Celesteela, Serperior, Slowking, Mega Pidgeot, Alolan Wow, okay, I take back what I said. Someone did draft Alolan Marowak. Diancie, Sawk, Raichu, Krokorok, Swalot, and Aeron. I want to see this thing get a kill. It's going to get a kill by the end of the season. It's probably going to get a couple kills by the end of the season. Can't wait to see that. Otherwise, this is a pretty damn good team. I think the only... I'm a big fan of Mega Pidgeot myself. Slowking and Marowak combined, really good Trick Room team there. Of course, his other... he still has Celestial, which can be kind of slow. Deancey can be, like, is pretty slow herself. Or itself. And then you have just Kyurem Black, which is just a menace all around. We did unban this this season, actually. And we'll just have to see what it can do. It's really it's pretty damn strong. It's always been really consistently good. Celestial is good, can run multiple sets. Pidgeot's fast flying Spammon, Superior, decent Subseeder, can win on its own as well if it needs to. This is a good team. I think we're gonna see a lot of interesting stuff come from this from his team. Can't wait to see it in play. I'm thinking too much on this. That's gonna be the end. I'm not good at intros myself. I mean, it's not an intro. It's an outro. But basically, I think this is gonna be a really interesting season. All the teams here. If there was one person who I think could come out on top, I'm expecting a lot from Dunsparce in particular. He's got a real shot at winning this. I think Curtis's team in particular is also really good. I think he could win this. And even then, I still think all the other teams have a shot at this. We'll just have to see. What's gonna happen from here on is that every week, once a week ends, I am going to do something that a lot of people who've been part of the Ninamori Nation Draft League might remember, which is the weekly recap. And this is the reason I wanted to start recording all this. Those moments were some of the most fun moments of the draft in my memory. That's a weird way to put it, I think, but I loved being part of that. If I couldn't make it for whatever reason, I was pretty sad about it, but I just can't wait. I can't wait to see all the matches play out. I can't have them as a surprise, unfortunately, because I have to make sure that all the matches are put in correctly. And in fact I'm gonna be doing that here in a couple minutes as of this recording. It's 12:20 a.m. here. But I want to bring that back, and if any of you want to be a part of that, just let me know. I'm gonna put the link to the draft league in the description below. So just make sure. So if you want to keep up with these videos, just make sure to subscribe, click like, all that good stuff. Man, I'm so I haven't done this in so long. That's everything. I hope you all have a good rest of your day.